What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's get into it. Dana White has once again shown y'all that they are hypocrites over there at the UFC, putting the best against the best. No, you're not. You're just trying to make money, just like everybody else. You wanted to put the best against the best and make the biggest fights in the world. You could have put Mayweather and Conor McGregor together. All you had to do was approve the fight, Dana White. But Dana White didn't approve the fight. You want to know why? Because Dana White is all talk. He's all show. He loved to use Floyd Mayweather's name for publicity to promote his pathetic act that he has going on that night and try to compare them to somebody who's great. He's going to use that to bait the mindless. So that's why people in the world are fooled. That is made for a general audience. The UFC is made for a certain type of audience. They're not made for everyone. Ultimate Fighting Championships and all that. Let the party hit the floor. Let the party hit the floor. Raw, 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 raw. That's not for everybody. Not saying nothing bad about that, but they cater to a whole genre of people. But the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships that they own, but the sport of MMA is what I'm trying to say, is different. It's about the art form. It's about the maneuvers. It's about the techniques. It's about wins and losses. It's about skill. UFC is all about marketing and promotion. That's why they went right back to the WWE to go dig up another name to throw into the MMA ring to try to make some money. If your sport is so good, Dana, and you're doing such a great job and you're promoting your fighters the right way, what the hell do you need with Brock Lesnar? You milked that cow already. Now you want to bring the cow back and put him right back in the UFC? Because he believes the fans, you guys are so stupid. You're going to go out and buy him fighting again. All he's going to do is quit all over again once he can't bull rush somebody over. Some slab of meat that they found who want to be an MMA fighter. Who's a heavyweight. They throw him in there with Brock, let Brock knock him out. And y'all like, man, Brock's indestructible, man. He's indestructible. So it's just foolery. Now, Dana White, when it comes to this Mayweather, Conor McGregor, he wanted the UFC to be the head promoter of the fight if it was to go down. If it was to happen, UFC would have to be the lead promoters on this. How are you going to be the lead promoter over Mayweather? Slap. This guy is so full of garbage. I cannot believe the fans of UFC have not asked for his removal. Not to mention what he has done in the past couple of weeks. He has totally turned UFC 200 into a dog fest of a show. The 200 event, you shouldn't be cramming to try to make fights up at the last minute because it's all dog crap. Then he wants to put Nate Diaz and McGregor back in the ring again. And McGregor too. You got sugar draws too. You got scared. When the Mayweather fight was on the table, you got scared. You got scared when you was getting offered. You was scared. You ran back to make that deal with MMA and Dana White. But it's cool. You got scared. I'm cool. But now he called your bluff. He put the money up. All y'all had to do to shut him up was take it. Take the fight. We can make it pay-per-view. But y'all didn't. Y'all ran. So now don't call Mayweather's name and no post-fight. Don't talk about how this person is better than Floyd Mayweather. Don't talk about no female Ronda Rousey who would break Floyd Mayweather in half. All that garbage. All your little artificial crap, Dana. And you got fighters on your own roster you don't even promote more than you promote Floyd Mayweather. Worry about your own backyard, buddy. Because yours look terrible right now. You're sinking the company. You're making all of this money off these idiots who sit there and believe that they're watching the best fighters fighting the best. They're not. They're seeing fighters that used to be the best back in the day, but he kind of got a name now. Let's put him in the ring with this new guy that we're trying to build up, and let's see what happens here so we can try to build a name up. And it's not working because the UFC is trying to design it like boxing. It doesn't work that way. MMA is a skill set and a skill fight. And the most skilled fighters and what you guys want are considered to be boring. You don't like fighters who think. You don't like fighters who use their mind to beat their opponents and break them down. You want them to stand up and all strike each other and the best man was like a knockout drag out. So that's a 50-50 type of fight. You know, you might have a guy that might win 70% of those fights and he's going to be the baddest guy in the world. It's hard for people to remember that. They remember like what happens in the last 30 seconds. They ain't going to remember these guys. These guys are not Chuck Liddell like Conor McGregor dumb self. Oh, I'm the biggest thing that ever happened in the sport. This without me, the sport would never be what it is today because, you know, I lost my lucky charms. I was like, this big dummy. Chuck, you would never be Chuck Liddell. You are not Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell made the UFC what it was. Tito Ortiz made the UFC today what it was. They made Dana White's success. I'm not talking about the Gracie's affair. I'm talking about post-Gracie. You know, they made this sport what it is today. They put the sweat in there. They built it. Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, and Randy Couture. I throw Randy in there too, but he was never as big as Chuck. Chuck made this sport, buddy, and don't ever disrespect that again, Conor McGregor. And at your next interview, if Dana White was any type of human being, he would go and say, Conor, look, you need to clarify that right now. Because the sport was doing quite well without you before you came. Yes, you did good for the sport and you've done some good things, but hey, they built this thing. Okay, the problem is they couldn't last forever. And we didn't build up anybody. We just kept milking the cow, and now that the cows all left, it was, man, all the cows are gone. We thought we was gonna have Rampage Jackson for a lot of years, and you didn't. You thought you was gonna have all these names. Rashad Evans, he's gonna be the biggest star in the thing now. He's beating everybody. Rashad Evans. Nope. Keith Jardine. Keith Can of Sardines Jardine was just that. He was a walking big punching bag that looked good on the screen. But people start running to this sport because they didn't have any people to root for. Like, white America just was like, look, we need some white guys to root for. They are not doing good in boxing right now. So we got to get out of boxing and go to UFC. That's how y'all success came. Drunk white people in the bar like to see other white people on the screen. That's just it. It's natural. You know, they want to see some people that resemble them. They got tattoos everywhere. Hey, I got tattoo. I got that tat. You know, they love to see that stuff. So for them, they want to say, all right, I got somebody I can relate to. He's on the screen and he's fighting. He's using a move I might use. It's good. It's marketing. It's exactly what it needs to be. That's why you got the guy who sound like he's swallowing the mic when they come on. You know, it gets you pumped. You know, if you there watching an event live, you be into it. But for some people, they like, this ain't for me. The crowd is too wild. This is like a bikers only crowd. You know, so anyway, enough of that. Dana White, you're a clown. You're a bozo. I don't like you. I don't even respect you anymore. I think you need to be fired. The Zupas need to replace you. Have you collect your shares or whatever and find someone new, get a new sponsor to bring in and let them buy out your shares or whatever and send you to the pastures because you're going to sink the company. They never wanted it anyway. The Zupas is like, we never really wanted this company anyway. We make way too much money with the casinos. It's a drop in a bucket for the UFC. But you need to be replaced. Dana White has definitely got to be replaced. They have to get somebody in there who can make the everyday decisions, who know how to grow a sport. This guy had so much success happen to him, and he didn't know how to contain it. It's too much ego, too much maniacal payback stuff and pride. He's got to go, or this sport is headed for doom.